I honestly don't even know where to start with this without sounding frustrated, because what's happening in NASCAR right now feels like one of those moments that could actually shape the future of the sport. And today, it's not just one storyline, not two, but three separate situations that are all somehow connected, and each one hits differently. Something is clearly going on behind the scenes. Fans are divided, drivers are being questioned, and a much bigger conversation is starting to form about what NASCAR really wants its future to look like. And here's the wild part: depending on how you see it, this could either be a smart, long-term decision or a massive missed opportunity. So let's break it all down step by step. What actually happened, what it really means, and why this situation might be way bigger than it looks on the surface. But real quick, if you're a true NASCAR fan who follows this sport every single week, hit that like button and subscribe. We're building Fast Lane News, aiming for 1,000 subscribers, bringing you fast, real, no-nonsense NASCAR coverage. Alright, let's get into it. Because at the center of all this is a name you probably didn't expect to see dominating NASCAR headlines, like this Cleetus McFarland, also known as Garrett Mitchell. Here's what happened. Cleetus was set to compete in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series at Talladega, driving a Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. That alone is a huge opportunity. Talladega isn't just another track, it's one of the fastest and most dangerous superspeedways in the sport. Getting approved there is a big deal, but NASCAR stepped in and shut it down. They denied his approval for superspeedway races in the O'Reilly Series for now. And that decision didn't come out of nowhere. It followed his debut at Rockingham, where things didn't exactly go smoothly. He finished 32nd, 6 laps down, with multiple spins and close calls throughout the race. At times, he looked like he was just trying to survive out there. To his credit, he didn't hide from it. No excuses, no blaming others. He admitted it straight up, he still has a lot to learn. And that honesty actually tells you everything about where he is right now as a driver. From NASCAR's side, the message was also clear. This isn't personal. They respect what he's built and the audience he brings. But superspeedways like Talladega are a different world. One mistake at nearly 200 miles per hour can take out half the field in seconds. So their stance is simple. Prove yourself first. Right now, he's still approved for ARCA, the Truck Series, and short tracks in the O'Reilly Series. So nothing is fully shut down, but the biggest stage is on hold. And when you look at his actual experience, it starts to make sense. One Truck Series start this season at Daytona ended in a crash early. In ARCA though, there's progress to top 10s in 5 starts, including a strong P4 at Rockingham. So the potential is there, no question. But at the top level of NASCAR, he's still in the learning phase. And this is where the story expands beyond just one driver. Because Cleetus isn't just a rookie. He's a content creator with millions of followers, part of a new wave of drivers bringing massive online audiences into NASCAR. And he's not alone. Other social-driven drivers are stepping into ARCA and similar series, bringing personality, entertainment, and a younger fan base that NASCAR has been trying to reach for years. In some cases, their viewership numbers are starting to rival actual race broadcasts. That's a big deal, and it's forcing people inside the sport to ask a serious question. Is this the future of NASCAR? But then reality hits. Because the jump into NASCAR isn't just about popularity, it's about experience. And right now, these drivers simply don't have many laps under their belt at this level. Less than 500 combined laps in some cases. That's nothing compared to drivers who've spent years grinding through every step of the ladder. And it shows. Even in ARCA, the learning curve is obvious. Speed, traffic, decision-making, it all hits differently when you're racing at this level full-time. So now NASCAR is stuck in the middle of a bigger debate. Do you prioritize raw talent and experience, or the massive audience and energy these new drivers bring into the sport? Because depending on how that question gets answered, it could change everything about where NASCAR goes next.